Kevin Hart recalls almost dying after filming Seth Meyers' day drinking segment. Kevin Hart and Seth Meyers recently opened up about a wild and unforgettable experience that left both of them questioning their life choices and their drinking limits. The 45-year-old comedian appeared on Late Night with Seth Meyers to reflect on the infamous day drinking segment they filmed together last year, and things got way more intense than either of them expected. During his chat with Seth, Kevin didn't hold back about how out of control things got, admitting that he genuinely thought his life was at risk at one point. "I came into that day with such an idea of who I thought I was," Kevin said, shaking his head in disbelief. "I was like, this gonna be crazy. I'm gonna drink with Seth, show him what I do because I know I drink like I used to, and I almost died. There was really a chance where it was over." Seth, trying to keep a straight face, jumped in to remind Kevin how serious things got. "And then you called me the next morning and yelled at me like I had tried to kill you," Seth added, laughing at the memory. Kevin admitted that neither of them have a full memory of what exactly happened during the segment, but the bits and pieces they do recall paint a hilarious and slightly alarming picture. "I remember being on the floor, laying on your chest and not knowing how I got there," Kevin said. "And then I remember being in a car and for some reason all the cheese on the pizza slid off and it was on my stomach. I just remember holding the pizza saying, 'Why would y'all pay for this? Why would you buy me just the idea of pizza with no cheese?' And it was all on my chest." Seth burst out laughing as Kevin recounted the story, clearly reliving the chaotic aftermath of their wild day together. "That was honestly one of the craziest things I've ever done," Seth admitted. Kevin went on to describe another strange but hilarious moment that happened during the filming. According to his recollection and the reports from Seth's staff, things took a turn when they started playing a drinking game inspired by a Jumanji gameboard. They said that when Seth rolled the dice, I came full speed and kicked the dice and said, "F King Ifty." For no reason, by the way. "There's no reason for the anger," Kevin said, laughing. "And then I just tackled him, and then after immediately tackling him, I gave him a hug and just laid on him." Seth confirmed that version of events, at least according to his staff, since he confessed that his own memory of the day was pretty spotty. "I feel way more connected to you after that even though I have truly no memory of it," Seth joked. "We're kin." Kevin nodded, agreeing that the whole experience bonded them in a strange but meaningful way. "That was definitely a moment of truth," Kevin said. "You don't come back from something like that without being changed a little." The segment in question, which aired last year, became an instant classic among fans of Late Night with Seth Meyers. The day drinking series has featured plenty of big names, but it seems like Kevin Hart's turn took the concept to a whole new level of chaos. "I think the thing about day drinking is you don't really know how bad it's gonna hit you until it's too late," Kevin explained. "You go into it thinking, oh, this is light work. It's just some cocktails and a few laughs. But no, that's not what happens. Your whole life changes." Seth agreed, admitting that he has heard similar reactions from other celebrity guests who have participated in the segment. "Yeah, it sneaks up on you," Seth said. "One minute you're laughing and joking, and the next minute you're face down on the floor questioning every life choice you've ever made." Kevin added that the aftermath of their wild drinking session was just as rough as the actual day. "I was in bed the whole next day," he said. "Like fully laid out. No movement. Just pain. My whole body hurt. My mind hurt. I couldn't even process what happened. And then you called me and yelled at me," Seth reminded him with a laugh. "Because I thought you were trying to kill me." Kevin shot back. "I really thought you had set me up. I was like, this was a plot. This was a plan to take me out." Seth shook his head, laughing. "No, man. That was just the liquor talking." Kevin then reflected on why he thought he could handle the drinking session so easily, and why he was so wrong. "You know, you get older and you think you can still hang the way you used to," he said. "But no. Your body will humble you. Your body will tell you, stop playing. You ain't that guy no more." And that's exactly what happened. Seth agreed, pointing out that Kevin wasn't the only one struggling that day. "Look, I was right there with you," Seth said. "I don't remember anything after a certain point. And that's probably for the best." Kevin nodded. "Yeah, probably." Despite the chaos and the hangover that followed, Kevin admitted that he wouldn't change a thing about the experience. "Honestly, that was one of the funniest days of my life," he said. "Painful but funny. And I'm glad we did it." Seth agreed. "I mean, we lived to tell the story, so that's a win, right?" "Exactly," Kevin replied. "Barely, but yeah." Fans of Late Night with Seth Meyers have been loving the behind-the-scenes details from the day drinking segment, and many have taken to social media to share their reactions. Kevin Hart is an absolute legend for surviving that one fan wrote. The pizza story had me in tears. Another fan added, "This is exactly why I love day drinking. You never know what's gonna happen." Kevin and Seth's hilarious retelling of their chaotic drinking day proves that even Hollywood's funniest stars aren't immune to a little post-drinking regret. But at least they got a great story and some newfound bonding out of it. "If you ever want to do it again," Seth began. "Absolutely not," Kevin cut in, shaking his head. "No way. I value my life too much." "Fair enough," Seth replied, laughing. Whether or not Kevin will ever return for a round 2 of day drinking remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, that legendary session has already earned its place in late-night TV history.